Hi, this is Dr. Cynthia Clark, acupuncture physician, applied clinical nutritionist, and creator of Energy Evolution. And so many of you have commented to me about my last video about coffee, where I talked about some of the problems that coffee can cause. For example, that it can be a vector for mold entering into the body, and then also it's an endocrine disruptor. So if you're having trouble losing some weight, or if you're finding yourself having sugar cravings, then you might look to your coffee as the last stand of a little bit of what you think you can get away with, and then what your body actually wants. And if you are ready to take that next step and to try to start to bring coffee out of your diet, then many of you have asked, how do I do this? Like that just seems absolutely insane. How do I do this? And so I wanted to walk you through the process a little bit, because let's be honest, it's not easy. And there's a reason you're drinking coffee. You're drinking coffee because you're a little bit tired and you feel like you need it. And if your response to that is, oh, I just like the flavor, but you drink it every day, and you say very clearly, I don't need it, these are all signs of addiction. So we'll just be honest with that and know that for you, it's going to be a little bit harder than you think to let go of the coffee. Even coffee addiction can even happen over just a couple of days because of that mold die-off. So it's going to feel very cloudy-headed, low energy like this. So let's talk about how to do it. Step number 1, drink lots of water. Start right now. And I'm not kidding about this. Coffee dehydrates you and it pulls minerals out of your body. So you need water, and you need water with minerals in it starting today. If you are drinking coffee and you're not going to quit, it's especially important to drink water with the appropriate minerals added back into it. If you are looking to stop drinking coffee, drink the water with the appropriate minerals in it. Make sure that you're not dehydrated. So you need to be drinking, for most people, at least 64 ounces a day. So those little 500 milliliter bottles, it's about 3 of those. That is if you're not exercising at all in Florida in the summertime, which I certainly hope that you are exercising, in which case you're going to need at least 1 additional bottle. So step number 1, drink lots of water. Step number 2 is eat the right nutrients. This is a great time to gift yourself, as you're coming off the coffee, gift yourself a day or 2 of some really fantastic juices. I mean green juices, not like 100% carrot juice or apple juice or beet juices. I mean the green juices that are rich and dense with nutrients, so that you can really flood your body with all of the nutrients it needs, because it's going to be going through a hard time and it needs some help. Another way to do this is to do the standard process purification system, and we have one of those groups starting just next week. So if you'd like to get started with us, then be sure to give us an email or call today or tomorrow, because we're going to be placing the orders for the nutrients that you need to flood your body with all of those delicious, fabulous, wonderful vegetables and nutrients here in the next couple of days. So that's step number 2. Lots of nutrients. Do some green juices for a couple of days. Step number 3 is, so let's be honest about getting off of coffee. Look, we're not talking about caffeine. We're talking about coffee. Coffee is toxic heat, and it's got, most of them, 99% of them, have mold in them. This is what's hard on your body. So if you're looking at switching from coffee to something else, you don't have to give up caffeine necessarily. In fact, you can go, this is one of my favorite ones, and it's going to be backwards for you. It's the Allegro Tea Engage Your Brain. This is a combination of black tea, green tea, and white tea. So if you're looking for a little bit of lead in your day, it's very delicious too. It also has cinnamon, lemon myrtle, eleuthero, which is one of my favorite adaptogens, also known as siwujia, Chinese, spearmint, tangerine, and rosemary. It's very tasty. It's very delicious. The Allegro Engage Your Brain is a great way to go. If you're ready to take the next step, let's say you want to move from black tea to green tea, there's a couple of different options. My favorite one is the organic matcha. The reason that you want to make sure to get organic is because you're actually having the powdered, like you can see here, you're not having a tea bag here, you're having the powdered tea itself. So you're consuming the full leaf. Very important to make sure to get the organic in that case. And matcha tea has a nice healthy level of caffeine in it. However, from my personal experience, I can tell you that I can drink matcha, I can drink several cups of matcha tea a day, even when I was working on my book, which is now getting ready to go to its final draft to the editor, yay! I could even have matcha tea at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night and still go to bed and rest easily and rest well. And the reason for that is because matcha is a natural detoxifier. So while it's giving you a little extra oomph, a little bit of caffeine, it's also cleaning your body of all of the toxins that have been built up, and especially your liver. And it's rich in antioxidants. So it's very, very healthy for you. It's a great way to restart your brain if you need a little kick, and it's a wonderful way to transition off of coffee, as long as you can tolerate the flavor. Look, if you can't tolerate the flavor, it's cool. Do the black tea. Do whatever you need to do, as long as it's not decaffeinated coffee. I mean, if you absolutely need to do that first, it's fine, but I'd honestly encourage you to stick with the caffeine and kick the coffee rather than the other way around. I will also share my favorite mid-afternoon tea with you, and this one I consider very decadent because I have to buy it, but it's the Sencha shot. So it's green tea that comes in this little aluminum bottle that you can get at the Earth Origins. And it is just very delicious. It's a cold green tea. I have lots of green tea in my clinic, so that's why it's very decadent for me to get it. But to me, it's worth it. I really enjoy it, and I like having things in my life that I enjoy and that I look forward to consuming. Another thing to have during this time is, while you will expect your sugar cravings to decrease, because that happens naturally when you kick the coffee, while you're expecting that to decrease, you might still want to have a little bit of the lower sugar fruits around you. So like maybe some delicious blackberries or raspberries would be a good treat for yourself during this time, especially in the mid-afternoon. And then the best thing that I could say in addition to all of this is, there's one thing that you can do that's totally free that will really help you kick the coffee. It'll help you sleep better. It will help you wake up better. It'll help you sleep, not only go to sleep more easily, but sleep more soundly. And it will decrease inflammation in your body. Can you guess what it is? It's been the topic of a different contest that we had, and it is dun, 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 exercise. So getting some good, like getting a good half hour of some really great cardio in there. And I don't mean just walk. Walking is fine. It's great. There's nothing wrong with walking, and it's way better than sitting on the couch. But when you go for your walk, just step it up a little bit and give yourself a little push. So maybe walk for 5 minutes when you start, and then do a minute of a little light run, a little light jog if you're new to this, if you haven't been exercising. And then you can go back to walking and then do another minute of a light run. In this way, you'll significantly increase circulation in your body, and you'll start having fun in your body again. I mean, even for me, if I don't exercise for a few days, I start to feel kind of old, and I get the aches and pains, and it's like, I just aged a decade in the past 3 days. What happened? Just because all of the tissues in our heart turn over so fast that the newly formed tissues, they're not as trained as the tissues that were fully trained just the other day. So exercise is a phenomenal way to move yourself off of coffee. It's a phenomenal gift to give to yourself. Find one thing that you enjoy doing and start with that. Do it for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, and notice the differences you feel in the body. Look for the subtle changes that you might see in your brain and maybe in your belly, your digestion, in your weight. Maybe you start to lose weight that quickly, or maybe you just start to feel better. Just give yourself the opportunity to observe yourself and see what you observe. Make a list and keep track of what really works for you, and then add those things in. Be committed to it, be disciplined, and do that on a regular basis and see what happens in your life. And then call me or write me and let me know how it happened, how it went. Okay, I'm Dr. Cynthia Clark with Longevity Wellness. I'm happy to help you kick the coffee, and in doing so, get more slim and less foggy brained. And I look forward to talking to you again next week.